Hi, this is Steve Owens, and I've got Dad Rap with me today. How you rapping out there, buddy?
Yo, I'm doing great today. It is the first day that my songs are on streaming. So I'm very excited to release these new songs to the world, and I'm excited to tell you about it, Steve.
Hey, well, I just went to YouTube and actually listened to it, the lyric video on it, doing a little shopping in Target. And what really surprised me in the whole listening process of this, I'm like, wait a minute. This sounds more like an LL Cool J record or an Eminem record, not coming from a dad.
Oh, wow. I mean, those are two legends that basically, were very important to me as influences, inspiration. LL Cool J is everything to me. So for you to say that LL in 1987, my story is this, Steve. I'll tell you my story, how I got into rap. In 1987, LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer, the album came out. And I remember it like it's yesterday, so vivid, being in a Pathmark supermarket, grocery store in Carmel, New York. Me and my older brother saw it there in a supermarket, in a grocery store, not at a tape store. And we're like, oh, we knew about LL Cool J because he already had radio out. We were following Run DMC already. And we're like, oh, we need to get this. And took it home and listened to it. And from that point, I always knew that I wanted to rap.
How did you get the pattern down? Because that's one of the hardest things for somebody to learn how to do.
Just studying the greats like LL Cool J. From there, I got into listening to Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, and you just hear the pattern over and over again about how they make those rhymes more intricate. When hip hop first started in the late 70s, it wasn't like that. And those guys in the late 80s, the golden era of hip hop, they made it that way, where it was those intricate internal raps, double raps, and just listening to it over and over again and studying it. I just started writing rhymes in 1991 when I was 12 years old, and I haven't stopped since.
But the big question for you is, what does your son think of your rapping?
He likes it sometimes, and other times he does not like it. But lately he has liked it. He has really been into it. He doesn't like the lyric video. I had a full animation lyric video for my new song, The Car Aisle, that came out today. And he doesn't like the animation. He says it doesn't look like him. And I don't know if he loves that part of it, but he does often say to me he likes dad rap.
Oh, cool. And what are some of the famous raps that you like to do from other artists?
Famous raps from other artists. So if you had me at a karaoke bar, my go-to is Eminem, the real Slim Shady. That is the one that I go to because it has so many of those intricate rhymes and it's so fast. And one of the things that I try to be unique is about how fast I could rap. And that's something that in the real Slim Shady, Eminem does. So you talked about sounding like LL Cool J, sounding like Eminem. I'm not trying to sound like anybody. I just want to be myself, obviously. But, to hear that, because it is, I grew up with it and I was in college. And when I decided to start rapping in college was a lot attributable to Eminem because I would listen to him. But, at the same time, I thought back then that you had to be like Eminem and say a lot of outlandish things in your rhymes and, try to be shock value, like the Howard Stern shock jock, that shock value from the rhymes you would say. So I was trying to do all that and I wasn't really being true to myself. I think I talked about sometimes over talking about how I thought I was DMX and Eminem and I would growl, but that wasn't me. And now this time around, this is me. I'm just a dad rapping about being a dad.
So do you have a day job besides rapping?
I do. And I am an engineer. So it is wild that, I have 2 master's degrees. So I like to say I'm the exact opposite of Kanye West. I'm not a college dropout. I stayed in college and I have a master's in power engineering. So that's what I'm involved with. And, you know, this is my creative release to do my raps. I am able to be very strategic and mathematical in my job as a power engineer, but getting all my creative energy out. And my rhymes, my music is very energetic. And it's just that I have a lot of energy inside me that I just need to unleash into the universe.
So do you rap at work as well?
No. I really, you know, I've learned that I really keep things separate and to try to focus on one task. One of the worst things that has happened is multitasking was a big mess, you know, to try to stay on one task and finish it to completion. So that's what I try to do during the day. I got my work job, and at night, after I get the kids down for sleep, I'm able to focus on writing a rap, making a beat, getting my creative energy out to end the day.
So how do you go about making your beats? Any particular DAW or tools that you bring in?
I always record in Ableton. I like Ableton's tools with the multi-tracks. I make a lot of my beats in like GarageBand. I also have a MPK, so I tap out some drum beats. But yeah, you know, it's a lot of royalty-free packs out there nowadays, and it makes it so that you don't have to sample so much. You were talking about that with me before about sampling, and there's a lot of opportunities now not to have to try to find the 70s record from your parents' stash and try to find a guitar loop that you could play from it that'll cost you $8,000 to put on your track. So you can find other ways to do it now, and that's what really makes it interesting for me, those opportunities and the opportunities that, you know, record labels. My friend worked at a record label just for 24 years, and he just got laid off. And the record labels, then the game is changing, and artists, it's finally, I feel like, I don't want to say this because it's in the artist's favor now for you to go out there and make your own and make your own fan base, and that's what I want to do.
Fabulous. So let's talk about the car aisles.
Yes.
What inspired you to write this, and where do you shop?
So the car aisle is about me going to Target with my son and buying them Matchbox and Hot Wheels, because that is the only thing that will get him to behave. You know, I hate to say it. I say I'm sorry, but I'm bribing my kids because it is tough to admit that you have to bribe your kids to behave. They should just do it. But that's not reality. And a lot of the times when you're out on Instagram and you see people talking about being a parent and how you could be a perfect parent, it's not reality. Reality is that you have to bribe your kids sometimes, not all the time maybe, you know, but you have to bribe them to do certain things. And, you know, then you end up with a pile of 150 Matchbox cars. So that's what the car aisle is about that whole process of bribing your kids, but then they behave and you had a good day with them.
Just wait till he says, Dad, we're going to the Mercedes store. Let's do the car aisle here.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think people might see the name and be like, oh, you're going to a car shopping. But no, we're actually, buying Matchbox and Hot Wheels.
You decided to use a lot of humor within the track. What inspired you to do that?
That's my overall message, is just to have fun. And I want to make fun of it all. That a lot of people that are in their 40s now grew up like I did in the 90s, listening to Biggie, listening to Nas, listening to the old school guys before that, like I said, Rakim and LL Cool J and Big Daddy Kane. And they're going through what I'm going through. Their dads and their kids are misbehaving and they want to go crazy. So, I just want to be relatable, make fun of it, say that, hey, we're all going through this together, so we could all enjoy it. It's totally 100% clean. I will never curse on a verse. That is or a hook. I will never curse on a verse or a hook, and that's kind of my motto, because I want you to be able to play for your kids and for them to enjoy that 90s style hip hop.
Hey, you just gave a great line in there. Never cuss on you could take and do a rhyme with that.
Yes, definitely.
So what's in the future for you? Do you have any more music that's going to be coming out later in the year?
I think they say, you need to release a new song every 6 to 8 weeks is what they kind of say to keep you going. And yeah, I have. I'm actually working on a track that I found a really. This is the beauty of being online. People get in touch with you, and this producer, the old heads. This is perfect. Old heads, dad rap. It's like the perfect combination. So I'm working on a track with them that I think might come together nicely. I have an artist in Baltimore named Sky Royale that just did a feature on one of my tracks. So, it's just keep creating, and I'll just put it out there in the universe and just say, all right, this is, the process is so beautiful that the success is just releasing it. And that's how you feel. That's how I feel today, getting it out. Maybe it's just because today I released my music, and but that does feel like the success of it. And whatever happens after here, that's out of my control. And all I can do is make the best music that I possibly can. And that's my future. I think I'm just gonna keep doing it because I've quit many times, and it hurts. So this time I'm just gonna keep going. And see, and just know that that's out there, and people will be able to listen to it.
Fabulous. Where can people find you on social media?
At Dad Rap Music. My Instagram is my most special place. Is Instagram your special place? No, yeah, Instagram is the best for people to get at me. I check my DMs. So at Dad Rap Music. I'm on TikTok at dad.rap.music, X at Dad Rap Music, and I think I'm on YouTube. It's impossible to find me on YouTube. Steve told me this right when I got on the call with him. He says, it's really tough to find you on YouTube. So I think if you type in the search at Dad Rap Music, I come up as the top artist for that. So that's the trick.
Fabulous. What advice would you give to somebody just starting out in the business who wants to rap?
Just be yourself. I said before that I wanted to be like Eminem. I wanted to be like DMX when I was rapping, when I was in college. And when I tried in 2007 and 2008, the really hot style at that time was the bounce Dirty South. So I tried to be a Dirty South bounce rapper, and that really wasn't me. This time around, it's just all me, and it feels good. It feels right, and don't try to be somebody else. That's my advice to artists. Just be yourself, because you have your voice, and you're the only one that has that voice.
Are you looking to go out on the road and do a little rapping?
I have not told my wife this. So this is the epitome of dad rap right here. So I got an offer to this guy down in Baltimore. He's hosting a show in January, and he said, come on down. So I don't know. I live in upstate New York. I've lived in New York my whole life, just to let everyone know that. And I don't know. Maybe I'll go down and do some shows. But yeah, I'm open. I'm open to do shows.
For you, get out there and get in front of the public.
I want to. I mean, that's the best. That's when I get my energy out, is doing shows, and I bring that energy to my show. So yeah, I want to do it. I got it. You know what? This would be the best content, right? Like I have to plan a comeback show and be training like Rocky and stuff, and just have that as the content.
Fabulous. All right. So your new song is on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, every place that you can get it, the car aisle, and Dad Rap is in your rap right now. So I appreciate you being here today, and best of luck with the single.
I really appreciate it, Steve. Thanks so much for having me, and keep in touch. I'll come back on in the future.
All right.
All right.
When you get that platinum on the wall.
Right behind me. Yes, there it is. One day. All right, man. Thanks.